Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabrina if you're new here. I decided to switch up a little bit so you get to see my Christmas tree in the background, and sorry for the crappy lighting. It's a late night video. I was trying to get this in earlier and I decided to finish my Christmas shopping today and I got a little carried away. So here we are. Anyways, I wanted to come on and talk a little bit more about like my story. I did a part one of like how I became a hairstylist, but I kind of wanted to touch base like on where I've been, where I'm at, and where I'm trying to go. So I've been doing hair for 10 years. Started in North Carolina. We've moved around a lot. I've been an educator for 5 years, and every time, my husband's military, for those of you that are new that might not know, so we move about every 4 to 5 years, just depending with his job. It just kind of something that comes with it, and it's got its pros and its cons. Like, it's really fun to get to reinvent yourself. Like, you know, for me, it's a way to kind of like restart my business over in a good way and just what do I want to change moving forward. But with that, I actually have to restart my clientele over every single time we move, and especially now that I've chosen to be my own boss and have a private studio and work for myself. And so it can get really like, frustrating sometimes when you get used to, at least for me, I get used to making a pretty good income, pretty steady, consistent income, and then we move and I have to start all over again. And for me, I think the hardest part is, you get so used to living this certain lifestyle, and then I have to scale it back every time we move, and like, I guess re-budget and cut some expenses and things like that. So sorry, my dog keeps walking around. So yeah, that's one of the things I think I struggle with the most, is just the income fluctuating so crazily. Thankfully, my husband is amazing and he's great with money, and he has a very consistent, steady income with his career field. So I am beyond blessed to have him, and the fact that he's so supportive, and he kind of just takes care of everything until I get my business under control. And then once I start bringing in income, then I help him, and I start picking up, part of our expenses and our bills, and we're, back where we were. So I'm really thankful for him. I get asked all the time, like, how do you move to a brand new state and you don't know anyone and you just start your own business? Like, how are you able to do that? And honestly, if it was not for my husband just taking care of our finances and just supporting me, I really don't know if I could do it. I mean, I'm being very honest. I would have to have a really fat savings account before I even got started, just to make sure all my bills are paid for. But that was our deal when we moved here. When we got stationed in Albuquerque, I told him, I was like, I really don't want to go work for another salon again. I love working by myself. I want to have my own studio again. And I was like, are you okay if I don't really make money for like the first 6 months we're there? And he was like, if that's what's going to make you happy and you want to be your own business owner again, I support you. I'll take care of your car payment, groceries, bills, everything else like that. Just try to build as much as you can and help me out as soon as you can. And he's such an incredible human to be like that. I mean, I know when you're married, it's supposed to be like your money together and have the same common goals, but a lot of spouses, unfortunately, aren't like that, or aren't just able to do that. And so I'm beyond thankful for my husband. He's just amazing. But on top of that, I give myself kind of a timeline of how to build. I'm like, okay, if I feel like if I can make it in 6 months, then I'm good. Like, I'm golden, and I'm doing okay. And I was really surprised when I moved to Albuquerque. I picked up very quickly. I actually think I was making pretty decent money in 3 months. I'm still not quite where I want to be. I mean, I have financial goals, but I'm doing very well for myself. And just to have started a brand new business in a new state. And I think sometimes I look at what I'm not making and like where I'm not yet, and I get a little discouraged because I've been there before, and so I want to get back there and I want to do even more than that. But you have to take a step sometime. You have to take a step back sometimes and look at like where you came from. You know, I moved to a brand new state. I knew two people here. Only one of them was an old client of mine. The other one, I just happened to know her and she was interested in becoming a client. I didn't know anybody else. And so I told them if they, sent me people, I would give them, discounts on their services. I went on Facebook and I blew up. Facebook is honestly how I get most of my business. And I go to our local, Air Force Base Facebook pages. And here we're stationed in Albuquerque, so our Facebook pages are Kirtland. And so I went and joined all of the spouses, information pages, anything that would let me join. And I would go in there and advertise. And for me, I don't love discounts. I really don't. There's a big controversy if you should or should not discount your services. But I did a 10% discount for active duty and veterans. And for me, this discount helps me tremendously because it gets people in the door. They're willing to look at my work and then see what I'm capable of. And honestly, I would say most of my guests tip anyways. And so it's kind of like the discount wasn't even there. I mean, of course, if you didn't discount anything and they tip you on top of it, of course it's more money, but I don't look at it that way. I look at it as, okay, I'm discounting this to help me get more people in the door. And then, like I said, almost everyone ends up tipping me anyways, which is not expected, but it's appreciated when I get it, so it makes the discount almost not even there. If that makes sense. So I do that, and I try not to spam it to where I do it like every day or every couple of days or even every week. I only try to do it maybe once or twice a month, and I kind of rotate the pages, so I don't do all of them the same day. That way people can keep seeing me in that meantime. But a lot of times if you spam stuff like that, you're constantly doing your advertisements, people will report you and they get tired of seeing your stuff, and so then you get kicked out of the group. So don't ever do that. So I did that. I did try to bump a couple of posts in Facebook and on Instagram, but I didn't really like it, and I honestly don't feel like I had that much success with it. It wasn't a lot. I think I only did like $1 a day or like $25 a month. I don't think I ever exceeded like 30 bucks. And just because when I first started, I didn't have the funds to really pay to advertise. I utilized social media as much as I could without having to pay for it. So I did a couple of bumps on things, and I ended up just kind of giving it up. I also made a profile on Yelp and Google. I didn't pay for either one either. I just made, your free profile where you just establish your business, your hours, services, things like that you do. And Yelp wanted me to advertise with them, and I like having a Yelp page so people can find me, and I actually do get quite a bit of business from Yelp for not paying for them. However, their pricing for advertising is ridiculous to me. Like, I could see if you're a bigger salon and you got a bunch of people working for you, but just for me alone, I thought it was ridiculous. So I did not pay to advertise with Yelp. Google, same thing. I just made an account. I made sure I uploaded photos, good quality pictures of my work that I was really proud of, and like a variety of what I could do. Like, I did a lot of color pictures, a lot of blondes, a lot of extension photos, a lot of like redheads, things that I truly enjoy doing. I made a point to upload the clearest, prettiest pictures that I had, so that way it's attractive to more people. I also made a Pinterest page, which I actually need to update that one. I kind of forget about it. The only social media account I don't really think I don't do is basically Twitter, or Snapchat. And I don't have, I might end up changing my mind and getting on at least Twitter. I don't know. I feel like it's hard enough alone for me to manage Instagram and Facebook and just my website and my booking system and all this other stuff as is, let alone to keep adding to it. It can be done. I think it's a great way. Um, but, I am living proof that you can just utilize free resources to promote your business, and get new business from it. Like for me, I think the best sell point for myself and for my business has been taking pictures of my work and posting consistently. I try to post post new content on my Instagram and Facebook at least 3 times a week. Sometimes I'm on top of it. It's almost daily. And then sometimes I'll just get so busy and I don't have a chance to add stuff until it's a couple of days later, things like that. So I'm trying to get better into getting to like a time system of like on my schedule. Hey, you got to post this time, and this time. Still working on that. Hopefully we'll get there. But I think I just get so involved with my clients and what I'm doing that sometimes I always take before pictures, but I forget to like document them as I'm going with a person. So it'll be like 3 or 4 hours after I've already finished their hair, and I'm like, oh crap, I need to like post this video and kind of like give a little bit of a story and a timeline about what we're doing. I forget it sometimes. So anyways, that's to say that all that is to say, you utilize your social media. Seriously, that has been the best thing that has worked for me, and I continue to keep trying to grow and get better at it. I'm not a tech savvy person. I'm new to this. I'm new to videos and just editing and all that good stuff. So practice makes better. The more you do stuff like that, the better you feel about it. So social media has absolutely helped me. And then of course, word of mouth. I had a little thing up for a little bit that if any of my clients left me a review on any of my social media forms or tagged me in a selfie, that they got $5 off of any product that they wanted. I also did referral stuff, which I think I'm actually going to shift my referral program, because I had it, I think, a little bit too aggressive for my clients, and so I feel like I need to make it a little bit more attainable for them. To let them know that I appreciate them and everyone that they send me. But word of mouth is great too, and asking for reviews. Sometimes I forget, but especially in the beginning when those first couple months, every new client that came in, I would ask them for a review, whether it be good, bad, mediocre, whatever. I asked them for a review, and that has really, really helped me, because that's constant testimonies of their experiences that other people are reading to know they're going to like you, and if they want to give you a shot, things like that. So that has been really, really good for me. I'm trying to get back in the habit of it, but here's the thing. It's like I have some clients that I see really consistently, like every 4 or 6 weeks, and they have some that I only see like twice a year. They're still good clients. They just do more lower maintenance services and things like that. So I kind of forget who I haven't asked of stuff like that. I was really good at tracking it at first, and then I'm blessed. I got so busy that I just kind of quit. But I'm still constantly trying to grow and add new people. 'Cause that's one thing that is hard with targeting military, is we move a lot. So there's been a couple clients I fall in love with. They're my ideal client. We have great conversations. They appreciate me. I appreciate them. And then they PCS somewhere. And so that's kind of hard. You get attached to people and they move and things like that. But I don't know. Me targeting military has been awesome. I did try to go into the Facebook marketplace and the yard sale pages and stuff like that just for Albuquerque, and I've had some success with it, but a lot of my stuff actually gets flagged in there. I'm not really sure why. I think they try to every time I get a flag on it, it's like I'm posting them selling a service, but they want me to be selling an item. So I see other people that are able to do other nail techs, estheticians, and other hairstylists, and I don't know why it flags me, but that's kind of besides the point. So that's how I have grown, and now I would say I don't want to share like my personal finance numbers. I think there's some things that you should just keep private. Maybe eventually I'll share some things. I do want to end up sharing like my salon budget and stuff like that I do monthly and weekly and stuff. But as far as my actual income, I don't know if I really want to share that part on social media and just with the world. There's some things I want to keep private. But I do, I would say I'm probably 70% booked now. Like my retention rate is probably, I would say around 60 to 70%. And it kind of varies with the season. Like with right now, I am booked solid. That's why after I got back from, seeing my dad, and then it's holiday season, that's why I'm kind of a little lax on my videos and social media right now. I've been working so much, and I'm so blessed for that. But starting in January and February, it'll slow down a little bit, and then usually spring and summer it picks back up, and then the dead of summer it goes down. So it constantly fluctuates as far as people booking appointments and things like that, just because of what's going on in life and their kids' school schedules and all of that good stuff. So I would say pretty consistently 60 to 75% booked. And I'm trying to get it up to like, my goal is a consistent like 90%. And I'm hoping I will hit my 1 year mark in March being here, or officially starting my business. We got here in January, but officially like having my business, it'll be a year in the end of March. And so I'm really excited to look back and see a reflection like of my numbers and my booking percentages and things like that. I keep up with all of it. And for me, I feel like you can do like quarterly estimates on things and like, 6 months, but I like to actually see my progress over a year, and I like to do like little bar graphs and all of that good stuff. I like charts, and I'm a super nerd and like spreadsheets and comparing and all that stuff. So I do want to end up sharing some of that with you guys. But all this is to say that anybody can truly start a business if you want to. Is it hard? Absolutely. I've cried several times. I've been frustrated, scared, like, what if I didn't grow here? What if people didn't like my work? What if I got a really bad review, or, something crazy happens? And honestly, out of everywhere that I've done hair and we've been stationed, Albuquerque has been my favorite clientele this far. And I kind of attribute that to a couple things. I think one is I'm officially on my own in my own studio. I'm not sharing with anyone, and I'm not in a salon, so I feel like I'm actually attracting the type of clientele that I want. Two is I think I've just set goals for myself. So I'm attracting, and I'm going after those goals of things that I want. And three, I think I like Albuquerque. I kept hearing how terrible it was going to be, and then we got here, and so far I really, really enjoy living here. I'm just thankful that I'm where I'm at. I always have goals of growth and where I want to be, and I have a timeline and things like that, and I try to hit those and constantly push myself. But at the same time, every now and then I got to take a step back and just look at where I came from and what I'm doing. And I think social media, sometimes you're constantly looking at where other people are in their polished, perfect looking life, which it's really not. It's posed. A lot of stuff is fake, or people only share the good stuff with you. They don't always share, some of the hardships and growths and things like that they've had to overcome. So I guess for me, this video is just about being humble, and I'm thankful for my husband. I'm thankful for people just believing in me and supporting me from all over the U.S. I have clients that still travel. They fly and they drive, 6, 7, 8 hours, actually double that for doing round trip to see me. And sometimes that still blows my mind. I'm like, why do they like me so much, And my husband even got on to me a while back about that. He's like, why are you questioning yourself? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, they see something in you that you're obviously not. So why do you feel that way? I'm like, I don't know. someone's paying me to do a service for them on top of paying for a plane ticket and the gas and hotel rooms and all this stuff to come see me to do their hair. I was like, it makes me feel really honored that people value me enough in my craft, and they trust me so much to put that much value into me. And I hope I can continue to do that and grow and build those relationships throughout my career, no matter where we move. And I'm just so thankful for my clientele. One of my most popular videos so far, and I get comments about it all the time, is my worst client ever. And it was, it's a pretty good story, but I have way more thankful, happy, awesome client stories than I do terrible ones, which is a blessing in itself. But I'm very thankful, and I'm honored, and I'm blessed to be able to do what I do for a living and to meet the beautiful people that I do and the people that continue to support me. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed hearing a little bit about how I start over, and don't forget just to be thankful for what you have. Sometimes just sit down and make a gratitude journal of where you came from, and just look back at some of your old goals and realize that you've accomplished them. So if you guys like this video, I would love if you would give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel and share my video. Thank you guys so much. Talk to you later. Bye.